think. Okay. So, wonderful friends, welcome you all, my dear friends. And this is Newton Kondaviti. Today, I'm going to interact with all of you. And I thank Sunny Maitreya and Shruti Maitreya for inviting me for today's interaction, this Sajjana Sangatya. I express my joy right now if you can confirm that it is being streamed well, if the audio quality is also good, if you can hear, you can post this comment. Yes, I can hear you. Then we can go ahead. All is well. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. All is well from Jan, Andhra Pradesh. That's perfect. That's perfect. I have the green signal now to move ahead. So, dear friends, it's my really great pleasure to invite all of you for this new topic that I have chosen to share with all of you through this Facebook page, Maitreya International. And also, at the same time, we are also streaming it through Quantum Life University YouTube channel. Also, it will be telecasted through PMC channel too. I think it's reaching out at the same time globally. And dear friends, today in this session, we can have more interactive session because I can also respond to your queries, questions, any kind of insights that you want to share. You're most welcome. So thanks, Sunny Maitreya, for reconfirming audio is also good. Yes, that's perfect. That's perfect. So, dear friends, briefly about myself. Right now, because of the coronavirus, which affected globally, and it also definitely has an effect on me. I never experienced in my life so much of time, so much of abundance of time staying at home and reading spiritual books, watching spiritual movies, and also sharing about meditation, spiritual science every day through live guided meditation sessions. It's really, I feel, being nurtured. I feel thankful to the current situation, which is actually helping all over the globe, all the countries around the globe. They are also experiencing something like this. Many of my friends, spiritual friends, also are telling about the same thing. They're talking about the same. They are telling that it is a lot of time for introspection, inner journey, meditation, and learning something new. So I feel this is global phenomenon right now. So, dear friends, today's topic, quantum leap. This is our topic. So, the quantum leap. This quantum leap, when Sunny Maitreya asked me to share through this platform, and immediately the topic that came to my mind is quantum leap. That's what is right now happening in all of us at a personal level and at a global level, collectively, all of us also taking a leap. So let me first share about what is this quantum, what is that leap means, so that we'll be very clear about um, what this topic is going to share with us. So quantum is the Latin word which means that this means quantity. Quantity, quanta means something, a mass which is quantified. And in physics, when it is being used, this word quantum, it means a particle which is changing its state to another new state. It's taking a jump. Quantum leap means subatomic particles are behaving strangely, and they're behaving in such a manner that they are taking a kind of quantum jump. What they're supposed to do, what they're supposed to behave, they're not behaving that way in certain conditions. This experiment was conducted by quantum physicists, and they have proven that what kind of thoughts and perceptions we have is going to affect the subatomic particles. These subatomic particles are not carrying only the nature called physical matter, they also have the energy nature, means wave nature. This is known as in quantum physics wave particle duality. So those who are observing subatomic particles, they have this kind of conclusion in their minds that okay, these subatomic particles have mass nature, means matter. It is not energy, it is matter. So those subatomic particles, according to the perceptions of these scientists, they're behaving in the same way. But strangely, those who have a very different kind of perception that it's not matter, but it is the energy, it's a pure energy, and these subatomic particles are behaving as energy. They are changing the state from one level of consciousness, one level, they are taking a jump to reach to another level. So, dear friends, this is happening at the very micro level, subatomic nature, subatomic particle nature. That means an observer and witness consciousness, our consciousness is affecting according to the perceptions we have. Our perceptions create reality. Your viewpoint is going to create certain realities. Either if we think that this current situation is the most grave situation, worst situation that's happening in the world, that's what is going to happen. We're going to recreate that reality. At a personal level, if more than say critical mass of individuals around the globe think the same thing, that this virus is too dangerous, it's going to crash us, thrash us, and it's going to kill us, and we are very vulnerable, and we'll all die. What is going to happen? This perception creates that reality, because our perception, our viewpoint creates reality. If we change our viewpoint from the material point of view, mechanistic point of view, to a spiritual or a higher point of view, that we are energy beings. We are not matter, we are not the bodies, we are the energy. We are the consciousness. We are the wisest beings living on this planet Earth. Then we completely change our reality. So today, I'm happy to speak about this topic, about the wave particle nature, how your perception is going to affect the reality that you are creating around you. It constantly will be changing according to, as you change your perceptions, as you change your thought forms in your mind, as you change your belief structure, you change your outer reality, dear friends. This is a contribution, a great contribution from quantum physics. Through scientific validation, scientific experiments, it's validated again and again by independent researchers around the globe. And as spiritual scientists and meditators, all of us also can do personal experimentation about this. Look at any life situation of yours, you change your viewpoint, you change your belief systems, you change your thoughts. Now, for example, you are wearing spectacles which are green, and now change it into different spectacles. Your viewpoint is changed. My favorite story I will share with all of you, that one donkey is not eating the grass because it's summertime and grass is not green and it's dried. It's not yummy. And the villager, the owner of the donkey, thought, I will consult a wise man from the village. And he consulted the wise man, asked an advice what to do. This donkey is not eating food and it's going to starve and it's going to die without eating food. What is the solution, my dear wise man? When he asked, the wise man said, just simple thing, buy a nice green goggles and you put those goggles for donkey and report me back after 3 days. So what happened? Can you guess? Donkey started eating the food, the grass. The dried grass was looking green, green grass. It changed its viewpoint. I'm just telling through this joke a message, dear friends, a scientific truth. If you think the world is a unsafe place, if you think that there are bad guys outside of you and who will affect you, there's going to be virus, bacteria, and dangerous, lethal, which is going to kill the human race. Our perceptions create our reality. Now, in our hands, we have this great power to really create new reality at a personal level and a collective level, global level. All of us as meditators, all of us as co-creators, all of us who are the sincere students of spiritual science, definitely something we can do. As consciousness, you can also have an impact on that, whatever that's happening right now around us globally. Positive ways, like if coronavirus is affecting us, why not we also affect coronavirus positively? We send out vibrations, we raise our frequencies, and we also change our biochemistry. As you change your perception, your biochemistry is changed. Your body can produce the molecules of what is called as immunoglobulins, molecules which will help you, support you, which creates optimal health for you. So is it not really a great insight presented by all the spiritual scientists around the globe? Is it not a great insight that we can learn from our quantum physics? Yes, friends, definitely. It is going to really help all of us if we know, if we take this beautiful insight about wave particle duality And we are not the particles, we are the waves. We are not the matter, we are the consciousness, we are the energy. Then we have a certain mastery, not a certain mastery, it's a full mastery. When you know that you are consciousness, you have full mastery. So, dear friends, that's why this topic that I chose today is quantum leap. So, I'm going to now share about other findings by quantum physics, which is revalidated by spiritual scientists and meditators. Because the ancient rishis, yogis, they were very sincere meditators. They have put everything into practice. Through practice and experimentation in their meditations, they have realized profound truths. So one is about our energy nature or consciousness nature, and the second is what is called as non-local, non-linear nature. We are all non-local beings, non-linear beings. We are not really residing in these bodies. We are not these bodies at all. We are much more than that. This is the finding from quantum physics. The energy nature of us, which makes us realize that we are much more than these dense bodies, much more than these minds which are linear, with things in only linear fashion, only analytical, logical, and narrow perspective. We are much more than that, dear friends. This is something a very great finding from quantum physics. So, if we are energy, primarily wave nature, and we have energy, we are consciousness beings, which is creating matter, which is creating conscious, which is creating the physical matter. Then that consciousness finds every solution that's possible for every challenge that we face in the physical reality. So, this is the second important interesting finding from quantum physics. So, do you agree, friends, with me? Are you with me? You can also just keep sharing so that it can be more of interactive session. And even I look forward for certain questions. So here Vikas Verma is asking a question. I'm also putting the question there with your permission, Vikas Verma ji. So on the screen you can also see now, when you don't observe, there are waves of possibilities. When you observe, there are particles of experience, good vibes. Okay, so when we don't see these possibilities, waves of possibilities in the energy plane, all possibilities exist. But when you have this perception and thoughts and beliefs that you are the particle, only you're narrowing down all the possibilities to only single thing. And what happens is you are completely feeling hopeless. That's why quantum physics says that everything is possible, because energy nature of us, the wave nature of us, because all the possibilities exist at the same time. So thanks, Vikas Verma ji, that we can affect our world in a different way, knowing that there are different possibilities existing. And we can collapse the possibility, the highest possibility. And if we give all our attention, all our intention to that greater possibility, where like paradise on earth, or co-creating a new earth, co-creating a beautiful harmonious planet earth, so it is going to, that possibility becomes a reality. It's not only existing in the energy plane, but we can translate that into our day-to-day reality. So I look forward for more questions and interactions, my dear friends. I see some of the friends from Many countries joined. That's really good. And that's really good. You can also post any comments and ask questions for any clarity, dear friends. Now, let me share with you about few important things that we can do as non-local, non-linear being, as a quantum being. If you are only a material, physical being, you can do very little. We can do very, very little. So, as a quantum being, we do something different. A new possibility, new possibilities are in front of us. Now, one question here, Mariana is asking, Dr. Newton, how was your inner process as a doctor to be able to accept and feel comfortable in talking about spirituality and science combined? I've been struggling with that for maybe 4 years. Ah, yes, Mariana, you're right. Yes, there is a beautiful, process. It's really an interesting process where we get caught between being a doctor, being a scientific person, and being a spiritual person. If we have these two things in our life, then definitely we feel that we're caught in between. Initially, I also struggled. My medical training as a body doctor, because what we were taught in the medical school is this body is a machine, anatomy, and it behaves in this way. This is only matter, material body. It obeys, it is only, it can be changed. It is like this, and this is going to be decay, this is going to happen. So it was very difficult. It was really very difficult initially for me as this allopathic medical doctor who was trained in this uh, science, anatomy, what this physiology and pharmacology, pathology, and but I have this always open mind. With my open mind, I started looking at bigger answers. I want to know because the science itself is evolving over a period of time. We can see that evolution in science also. So initially the science was like more mechanistic science we had, like a Newtonian physical science, Newtonian viewpoint. Initially it was like that. But now, after Albert Einstein, there's quantum leap that happened in science. Suddenly, all the possibilities, there are much more higher truths that are realized by many people. But many spiritual people, even now, are like a minority. That's why I can understand that there's a fear of judgment. This comment that you posted, like a fear of being judged. That's very true. That's very true. We feel judged, but we need to go beyond any kind of fears that we have, beyond all these kinds of fears that comes to us. So initially, I faced it. I faced this problem. My own medical friends, fraternity, they were also really felt that, oh, this fellow is going crazy, he's going mad. What is this mumbo jumbo he is interested into? So initially I felt uh, alone, isolated, but there are many others who came to support me. It's very, very beautiful. So really, that's I feel that's really that fear of judgment is gone for me. really that's gone for me, and I feel a lot more comfortable in sharing my views, even though few in the world they may still be judgmental. It's okay, let them judge, but we don't need to really be affected by their judgments. I tell you that one beautiful words I can share with you. What others think about us is none of our business. Many will have their own viewpoints, but know that we don't need to be affected by that, because in their own evolution, it's their own evolution. So instead, we really look within. We are seekers of truth, and our own scientific temperament in this field. We still are scientific because science is something which is beautiful. We need to carry always scientific temperament, even in spirituality. We don't need to believe anything blindly. No superstitious beliefs, but instead we have to have the open mind to investigate, and that's how we can validate many of the things that is talked about in spirituality. Like we talk about non-locality, non-linearity, beyond time space, other dimensions, and also we talk about past lives, karma, and whatnot, many things. So all that can be experienced and validated. So thanks, Mariana, for this question. And next, I will interact with Kavuri Lalita Garu. Kavuri Lalita was asking this question. Still, it is taking time to highlight. I think. Okay, I'll read out. I thought it can appear on the screen, but it's not happening. Namaste, sir. Why some children interest in other activities instead of study? How to overcome this problem? Please let me know. Thank you. Kavuri Lalita Garu. Children are not interested in mostly extracurricular activities like playing, dancing, singing, all that is really very good, I say. They're not interested only in the study. And if parents are forcing a child to study all the time, that too, these physics, chemistry, botany, zoology, and all the children, they get bored. So it's so important that children need to be allowed to even play, sing, dance, and to have some kind of creative uh, kind kind of creative activities. And those children who are just encouraged, not pushed and forced to study, they will develop great interest towards study. Not only studying all the physics, botany, zoology, mathematics, English, languages, history, and all that, but they will be interested to study their own self. That means even meditation, they will be interested. So you can try, madam, that don't force the children, your children. Give them, encourage them in finding a beautiful balance between play and study. Equally, playing is important for children. And sir, what is the scientific reason of influx of cosmic energy when thoughts are nullified? Why thoughts block energy? Because Varmaji is asking this question. What's the scientific reason? I can say that We are all energy beings living in this what is called as this body called a vehicle, a beautiful temple. And whenever we are identified more with outer, with the dense material body, and also these gross thoughts, the thoughts which are two kinds, positive and negative, sankalpa and vikalpa, what happens is we will not open the energetic energy circuit to absorb cosmic energy. The moment when you are practicing this meditation, when you are silencing your thoughts by watching the breath, is the most simple way to actually stop this monkey mind. When your mind is empty, that's what is happening. Here on the top of the head, there's something called Brahmarandra. This is the actually like a antenna. You are activating it, you're opening it, and this tap, this is like a tap which is open. Now cosmic energy is going to be absorbed from here, and that's why many people find that they are under the waterfall. There is a waterfall energy, and they find as they deepen this beautiful stillness, silence in them, they completely go into that beautiful energetic state. I can say that in the point of view from spiritual science, Mr. Vikas Verma, and thanks for asking this question. So, Lata Mahendra Kumar ji is saying, my family makes fun of me. I don't even talk about my experience. They call me a nutcase. We are not, excluded from that. Also, we also experience the same. We also experience exactly the same. Everyone is definitely, whoever is considered going beyond whatever the conventional thought forms or conventional ways or traditional methods, who are little adventurous, they are considered, and they are judged, they are considered as nutcase, definitely. So but those are the people who will also come back later on, because they see that you are very consistent, and you are actually more happier being, more peaceful being, more abundant being. You smile more, then actually they come back to you. Because people are very much afraid of going into these adventures. Meditation is such an adventure, going beyond ourselves, beyond our limited selves, limited perceptions. Many, they feel not so comfortable. That's why the first thing which stops everyone in the spirituality is called fear. Fear is the first block that we encounter, the fear of unknown, fear of strange experiences that we get in meditation, and fear of encountering many other beings, other dimensional realities. There's a great fear in people. So thanks for that feedback. And Maitreya International, one question: what is the right education for children? So I can give you the 7-point formula. Shruti Maitreya and Sunny Maitreya and the Maitreya's International. So the right education for children. Number one is, we need to teach the child about non-fear state. Means most of our education is based on making us very fearful beings, and the child is need to be given this beautiful knowledge which liberates them from the fear. So don't make your child to feel the fear or experience fear or think about fear. Many of the parents or the school teachers, they say that if you don't do this, you will be failing. You will experience these consequences. They inculcate, they infuse fear in children. The education of the children must be make the child fearless. Don't condition their minds with all the fearful thoughts. Make them really fearless. So the first thing that I want to say is no fear. The second thing is make them experience not only the material sciences but also spiritual sciences. What's the right education? That's the right education for children. So apart from the what we are teaching as conventional sciences, English, botany, zoology, Hindi, Telugu, mathematics, apart from that, bring these spiritual sciences. That's the right education for children. The education which really makes a child wise being, a holistic being. Otherwise, the child will be well versed in physics, mathematics, but in the future, the child will be in depression. The child has no smile on his face. He's a serious professor, working as a professor in the university, but all the time suffering inside. He is not a holistic being. He has not experienced something profound in himself. That's why every child is need to be given this beautiful spiritual sciences. We must impart this also. Meditation must be taught to every child. Bring the child to the child the science of meditation. Ask, parents need to ask the child about few things. One is, what is that you want to do in the future? The child spontaneously answers. They will also will have this thought, that means there is a purpose that for which I am born here. Most of the families, we are survival oriented. We never ask the child about the purpose, what they want to do in the future. So the child may say, when at the very young age, I want to become police officer, later mathematician, or they may say I want to become scientist because they've seen a movie that scientist is considered a great person. A police officer is considered as a superior person. But the child, this question will be alive in the minds of the child. So right education begins from home. The parents, they really bring this. The mother and father, when they are practitioners of meditation, they learn, the child learns meditation. And the interaction with the parents, that parents also will ask the child, what is your purpose? And they convey this message that life is meaningful. Life is so precious. Life is has a beautiful purpose. And also the child need to be given the information about what is called non-separation. Non-separation means we are all one, unity consciousness. Now in the world there is only competitiveness and competition. We say to the child, beat the other child in the exams. Beat means almost like a violent way. You have to be number one. You have to beat the other person, beat the other company, beat the other country. When we watch even what is called cricket matches, we also see that violence while watching the television. Cricket match, there are wars happening through cricket match between two countries. So this is what we are conditioned. So unity consciousness, when spirituality is saying that we are all one, everyone in the world is connected. We are all a big network of spiritual beings without exception, and we are non-separated. We are not separate beings. We are all unity beings. This what is the right education for children. These are the seeds that can be sown by the parents, by the teachers in the school. So first one is no fear. The second one is no ignorance. Means make your child grow, raise your child as an enlightened child. Raise your child as a meditative child. Raise your child as a child with consciousness, conscious child. So the third point I want to say is non-judgmental nature. The right education for children at a very younger age, the seed of being non-judgmental. People judge each other. Always they're very judgmental. Judgments always comes from our lack of self-knowledge. We project many things. We blame others. We judge others without knowing the truth. Only if someone has to evaluate or assess, only third eye masters who open the third eyes can really give a right evaluation, right discernment. Instead of judgment, discernment is good. Evaluation is good rather than judgment. Judgment comes from fear and lack of our own self knowledge. So teach children how to be non-judgmental, and also teach children to non not interfere with others, non-interference. Otherwise, we see that everyone interfering into others' business. So we can see that in the world that everyone pokes their nose into others' business. There are three kinds of businesses. One is called your own business. The second is called others' business. The third one is called God's business. So in the your own business, mind your own business, that statement is said by our ancients. It's not just only just they said like that. It is a very profound, wise statement. Mind your own business means it's non-interference. Don't interfere with others' life. Everyone is evolving. Everyone changes. Everyone progresses. We do a lot of gossiping. We do interfere into others. We are interested in poking our nose into our neighbor's business, and also God's business. The third one is called God's business. Means whatever is happening globally, with our limited knowledge, we try to have our own, what is called as we say that yes, God is punishing through this. Is it a punishment? No, not at all. It's not punishment. That's happening in coronavirus right now. God is not punishing. God means I mean it's a kind of sarvatma. We don't have a personal God, but it's like more impersonal God, the God who is unconditionally loving, and God who is like greater intelligence. Whatever terms, no, words that we use, it means the same. Collective consciousness. It's not punishing. It's no punishment. So if we had to teach the children, the right education is teach them non-interference. Don't interfere with others' business, and don't interfere into God's business. So even some people, they become at a very younger age saviors of the world. I am born to help the world, save the world. But we have to save ourselves, help ourselves. It's like a psychiatrist saying that I'll fix the problems of all the mental problems in the world, but the psychiatrist is depressed. The psychiatrist himself is suffering a lot. A doctor is now going on a mission saying, I heal the world, heal the world. The doctor is very sick. He's also a patient. So that's why it's so important. First, know thyself before we enter into God's business. We have to help ourselves. That's why children need to be taught about to give all the attention to nurture their complete total self, and not interfere in others' business or anything else. So important, dear friends. Another thing is the fifth one, I don't remember, fourth one, no exclusions. Generally, we try to exclude In the world, we try to exclude communities, we try to exclude countries, we try to exclude our own family members, we try to exclude all people. But spirituality is about inclusion. So there is a place for everything in the world, never to exclude. Inclusion is really a higher spiritual principle. For example, I meet a lot of people who are non-vegetarians, and when I'm traveling, they are sitting by the side of me. When I travel to other countries, also many of the friends who are learning meditation, all initially they're all non-vegetarians. So I don't exclude them. I don't judge them. I am opening my heart. I include them because they once they start their learning process, they will open up themselves. They discovered that how beautiful it is to respect the animal kingdom. I have seen many people changing because of that. So we have to bring this education to the children where inclusivity, we include, like Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, he talked about it. Pandita samadarsanaha. That means those who are eating dead meat of a dog, those who are also eating only means green leafy vegetables, only vegetables. Look at them, an enlightened one, an awakened one looks at both of them as equal. They don't judge them, they don't exclude one for the other. So important, friends. How can we really bring a new vibrational energy to our planet Earth? If we go on excluding everyone, oh, you're a bad guy, I only make friendship with good guys. We need to include everyone in our heart, everyone, including animals, plants, minerals, everything. So we have such a big heart in our all of us. So we need to completely include everyone in our heart. So that's one more thing. And one more thing, that if we have to bring right knowledge to the children at a very younger age, we need to teach them about non-violence, non-violent speech, non-violent behaviors, non-violent food, non-violence in their life. Any violence is not supported by the universe. Anything which is being violated, that's against the nature, against the uh, you know the law of nature, the law of universe. That's why it's so important to practice non-violence. How can we do that? It begins with the home. When parents really are not fighting with each other, they have such a bond, such they are living examples to the children. Because we say that violence is born from the homes. If the child is seeing all the time struggling parents, fighting parents, arguing, scolding each other, and this violence is internalized. If the child is beaten, scolded all the time, pressurized, and what happens to this child? The child is constantly disapproved, humiliated, shamed. What happens to this child? The child becomes very violent. That's why it's so important that it must begin from the home. If we have to bring the right education for children, must begin from the home. Non-violent communication, non-violent behaviors, non-violent way of living, even violation of the boundaries. For example, sexual boundaries. Many in the world, we keep seeing that. Even we say we as a human race we progressed a lot, but no, still almost the statistical data says that among 10 girl children, one girl child is sexually molested. Not only in India, it's across the globe. Even very developed countries also it's happening. It's also violation. Any violation, this is also violence. Any violation of the boundaries, it's not supported by the universe, dear friends. If we have to bring this right knowledge to children, non-violence is the principle, dear friends, that we need to bring to the children. Non-violence. So to recap what I shared through to Maitreya's International, number one I said is about no fear, non-fear state. The fear is transcended once the child is told that they can face the life, face every problem, every challenge that comes in a way, and with the right knowledge, like spiritual knowledge. And second is no judgments, non-judgmental nature. Third thing I said is about non-interference. The fourth thing I said, no exclusions. Inclusion is the higher principle. No exclusions. Include in the heart. We are all compassionate beings, beings of heart. So that inclusion principle. And another thing that I want to share, I said about is the non-violence in at all levels, non-violence. And the sixth thing I said is about non-separation. We have to teach about unity consciousness. And seventh one is eliminating all that ignorance that we carry about self-knowledge, lacking self-knowledge, self-awareness. So that's why meditation is mandatory for children. So the right education of the child is that. Thanks once again for this question, Maitreyas International. I feel very happy to share with you about this. And let's look at anything new that's asked. I think there's one question here by Vijaya Reddy. Let this question appear. Dr. Newton, what is your personal opinion about medical doctors versus meditation doctors? Is it really required medical doctors to this society? Let me clarify this, Vijaya Reddy Garu. Okay, this is important question also. So at this point of time, we can see that more all the collectively human beings are learning about meditation, about self-healing processes, and they're progressing very well about this. Really, it's a great thing, right? It's really a great shift that's happening around the globe. So many around the globe started realizing that power of meditation, how meditation itself can be medicinal, can cure, can bring healing. So my personal opinion is people, not everyone reach to that stage of what is called meditation, self-healing. They're still carrying limiting beliefs, limiting thoughts and ideas. That's why I say that we should not exclude medical doctors. They're giving their best services according to what the knowledge they have, the allopathic medicine or all other rest of the medical systems. Okay, so there are, for example, someone is broken the bones, they need to go to the orthopedician. Somebody reaches to a kind of emergency situation, and you are struggling in that moment, and definitely there is an emergency critical care is needed. Casualty, you need to take the help of the doctors who are in the casualty. So of course, through spiritual approach, we can minimize what is needed. We can lessen the what is called as uh, intake of the medication, but know that it's important. Some people, some population for still are non-meditators, they have different beliefs. Unless some of them, they believe unless I take the medicine I will not be cured. So that's their belief, that only works for them. So we see that many have this same kind of dilemma, doubt. So I say that we need to be open-minded. We have to include medical science also as part of our growth. But as collectively this knowledge spreads across the globe, what happens is everyone will reach to the point where we can really heal ourselves. That point of time, really all medical doctors also will support, they will teach only meditation in the hospitals. For example, consider that all those corporate hospitals being converted into meditation centers. It's going to happen. It will definitely will happen. So uh, that's my personal opinion. Thank you for asking. So one more question from Seshagiri Garu CH. So let me highlight this question. Uh, or else I read out because somehow the question, yeah, can you please let us know some basic experiences in the initial days of meditation practice? I am able to feel on my head that something is touching in the middle of the head. Can I say this is energy passing? Seshagiri ji, namaste. And yes, you are experiencing this touch feeling, something touching in the middle of the head, on the top of the head, the Brahmarandra. Yes, that's the energy. Two times we feel this kind of touch on the top of the head. One is when you are experiencing first time initial days of meditation, when cosmic energy is being absorbed by you, when you receive the cosmic energy, that time also you feel. And second time, after your sincere meditation practice, you also feel when your kundalini shakti, your basic primordial kundalini shakti is awakened, and through all the energy chakras, when the energy is moving up through your chakras and it finally reaches this place called Sahasrara, the crown center, this thousand petal lotus is opening. That time also many people experience this sensation. But you can make out the difference between these two, because you mentioned clearly that it is experiences in the initial days of meditation practice, that is the cosmic energy. But as you continue your practice, definitely you will have another experience, a peak experience, when the crown center is opened. So thanks, Seshagiri for this question. And Krishna Chaitanya is asking, sir, please explain about aliens and UFO. So yes, my dear friend Krishna Chaitanya, we are not only beings living in this universe, in this cosmos. There is life elsewhere. There are beings like us who are living in other dimensions, other planets, and these are called generally aliens because they're alien, foreign people, foreigners for us. They're not earthborn. So these aliens, they're very advanced than us, particularly those planetary systems like Arcturian, Arcturus, Sirius, Pleiades. So particularly these places, these planetary beings are making a visit to Earth planet, and there are many beautiful experiences received by many meditators. So these meditators have contact, they have experienced these alien beings, these extraterrestrial beings, and they are coming as not to scare us, they want to support us, they want to really help our planet Earth, because they have an access to higher information, because those are higher frequency worlds. Whenever they are entering into our Earth atmosphere, they also use these UFOs. They have their own spacecrafts, these unidentified flying objects, which appear to us as some kind of discoid objects. But there are many beautiful experiences by meditators. You can check about this. There are many beautiful books. One, I highly recommend this book by Barbara Marciniak, Bringers of the Dawn. This is an amazing book, Bringers of the Dawn, Krishna Chaitanya. You can read that book, and how these higher beings are really contacting us. They want the earth to evolve now. So, spiritual science is a beautiful science with so much open mindedness. We always ready to learn new things. So here one more question asked by a friend. So what is the difference between illusion and intuition? Illusion and intuition. Okay. Sunny Maitreya is asking this question. So you can make out what is an illusion that's produced by your mind, just your logical linear mind, which is mostly acts from linearity, linear rational thinking, analytical mind, which lacks the big picture. You know, that's why it is a very narrow perspective. That's why this appeals to the mind. Generally, when our mind says, no, this is dangerous, it appeals to the mind. Yes, it appears to be dangerous, but your intuition says, no, you are safe, and there's a greater universal force which is supporting us, and it is safe in this universe. So intuition, we need to always make this beautiful understanding, beautiful way to experience what is an intuition, what is an illusion. So you can, in deep meditation states, you can always check, experiment with it. For example, produce a thought from your mind. Okay, give all your attention to that thought, and later on invite an intuition which comes from within, from a different place within you. It feels like it's a still small voice. It's not louder like our thoughts in the mind, which becomes very loud. The mind is the product of the society and conditioning and all that upbringing. That's why the voice is so loud here in the mind, like mostly it's fear based, but intuition is always still small voice. That's why we have to reach to a deep meditation state, still mind which is completely empty and silent. In that stillness, there's something that comes as still small voice, which is hard to hear in that moment. But when you are so silent, you can hear that. That is the intuition. Intuition, generally, when it emerges, you don't have an iota of doubt. Intuition is right because it is coming from your wholeness. I can say it is your consciousness which is holistic. You are whole, holism being. It is coming from that place within you. So intuition always you can make out as something which is um, like a very strong from within, whereas this thought that's emerging from your mind, which is like an illusion, which is not so strong, it is very shaky ground. That's why it is you think different things, you have doubts about this thought that emerged in your mind. But intuitions, there's no iota of doubt. Always we must trust our intuition. So long back, I can share this experience with all of you, that when I finished my medical graduation, post graduation, that time my mind said I have to now be join a hospital to give my services. That's what my mind was saying. And but in meditation, my heart was saying, my soul was saying that no, you have to now spread the spiritual wisdom across the globe. You have to go out and you have to share. If not for sharing, your purpose is not fulfilled. This is what my intuition is saying. At that moment, I was caught. What to do now? Do I have to follow the mind? And all my family members were saying, yes, follow the mind, because this is what is important. You have to survive. Who will give you food? Who will take care of you? There are many things that you need to do in this. Without money, do you think you get food? Do you know that for your travel you need money? How do you get that? So the mind, everyone supports only the mind, but nobody supports the heart, the intuition. So but I say uh, my companion, my wife, Dr. Lakshmi, and when I shared about this, my intuition, she's the one who came forward. She supported me. She said, I am with you. I am also going to walk with you. We're going together. We go around the globe. We set our foot in every country we teach. At that point of time, we don't have any single rupee in our pocket. Bank balance, no bank account, no bank account. It's zero. So, dear friends, but we have trust, we have meditation. So, what happened is we could actually go to 130 countries now around the globe, and we followed our intuition. This still small voice, which will not be supported by the world, they will talk, voice out all their fears. But when you follow your intuition will never make you go down. It uplifts you always. So I strongly support the intuition, not the logical illusion, not logic, not linear mind. So another question that I take, Sunny Maitreya, thank you for the question for you. And here the question is, Dr. Sahita Almeli, Sahita Almeli, is it coming, friends? Is it getting streamed? I don't know. Hello? Yes, now it's, I think streaming is interrupted in between. Um, Now I think it's working. Dr. Sahita Almeli is asking, Sir, I am taking so much time to go into deep meditation state. Is it okay? Yes, it's okay. Everything is sadhana, everything is a practice. With practice, we uh, really manifest everything, even deep meditation state. And to take a quantum leap, we need to always really take that courageous leap, courageous step. It's so important. So be fearless, Dr. Snehita, and who asked the question, really be fearless. And in meditation, really give all the attention, sincerely observe breathing and empty the mind. Dr. Sahita Almeli, you'll be able to go into deep meditation state. But it's a practice. Do practice every day at least 1 hour minimum, or maximum 3 hours. In this situation where we are experiencing a lot of time, and definitely you can practice 3 hours, 1 hour, 1 hour, and 1 hour. And you can touch to a deeper place in that thought-free state of mind. Definitely you have many spiritual experiences. Thanks for asking this question. One more question is Jubin Trivedi from Gujarat is asking, sir, is stargazing helps to raise vibrations? Okay. Uh, you know, anything that is going to expand your consciousness, for example, gazing, stargazing, then in that moment you're shifting your thoughts, because you are not thinking that you are such a tiny being and who is an earth being. You are reaching out into the vast cosmos. You are watching all the stars, Milky Way, and whatnot. Such beautiful, many galaxies. What happens is definitely it raises our vibrations, and we open to absorb so much of energy. Definitely. um, Jubin Trivedi, thank you for the question. And I think we can read the question. Okay. Sir, why does it happen that I read few books in a span of couple of days or weeks, but I have been reading Bringers of the Dawn from over a month? Sometimes I read just a paragraph and my head feels heavy. Yes, certain things need to be read slowly. We can't move faster because that's how things are. It's the information that's given in the book Bringers of the Dawn. It's the high frequency information. The knowledge, the wisdom is so uh, powerful. Definitely, after reading a paragraph itself, it makes you really feel like shutting it down. And because you have to integrate, you have to take it in, you have to digest that, you have to assimilate it. And that's how it is. Okay, Vidya Mavagaru, that's okay, because that's how certain books need to be read. When I read certain books like Bhagavad Gita, I felt the same. After reading one sloka itself, I have to shut down, and I have to meditate and then go to the next sloka. We can't read fast. Certain books are meant to read slowly, very slowly. Chew it, take it into you. So one more question, if someone has, because my comment box is very slow. It's not moving so fast. That's why I have a difficulty. What I can do is I will close one channel, comments of the one channel. That's why then it will be a little faster. I think it's a good thing to do right now. So let me do that. So I will know exactly. We can quickly move through the questions then. So any questions you have, you can ask. Krishna Kavuri ji is asking, Krishna Kavuri ji, sir, how should we open children closed learning windows? So It's always children are mirrors to us. All children are mirrors. We don't need to really open their windows of learning. They're never closed. Only as adults, if we try to force them, we try to really not understand and impose certain things, then really they become closed. As we change as adults, many adults, when they start meditation practice, children naturally they shift their consciousness because children are mirrors. I have seen it in many families. Parents want the children to study well. They want the child to study mathematics, but the child is refusing. Child fails in mathematics because the child is not interested in that. As the parents force more and more, impose it, they will be shut down more and more. It's so important to first the adults need to change. They are meditators and they give quality time to the child. The child needs time. Time is love for child. For example, a parent is coming from office and coming to the home. Immediately, the parent is also watching television, cricket match. The child is waiting for the father to play with him. So in that case, the child feels my father loves television more than me. So most of the children they feel that my parents don't have time for me. They love their job, they love their phone, mobile calls, and all that. So we have to give time to the children. Second, we need to never to discourage a child from learning process. Always encourage them, whether they want to learn dance, music, creativity, or they want to play cricket. Encourage children in the learning process. Encourage, never to say in a negative way. Most of the times we do that in a negative way. We condition them, and we tell many things negatively. So, and also the parents, they need to give many hugs to children. Children, they need the demonstration of the affection, the love through hugs. Warm hugs need to be given to children because that love, compassion can be demonstrated through the skin. Skin is the most major perceptual organ that we have. The touch, the skin touch is so important. So when child is given, the foundation of a child is so strong, then they will really take a leap. Dear friends, very few things are so important for a child's foundation. One is love, the second is affection, encouragement, and fourth one is called trust your child, encourage your child, and inspire your child, and always nurture the child at all levels, and it forms the strongest foundation for a child. Give freedom to the child, never enforce many rules. Instead, be flexible. Tell to the child it's okay that you committed this mistake, but it's okay, we learn from that mistake and we don't repeat the same mistake. It's okay to commit mistakes. So children should never be punished, dear friends. So then the child has a strong foundation. The child will grow. Child will take a quantum leap in consciousness. It's so easy. Children, their mind is already in meditation state. That's why they just need really a foundation. The foundation is given by parents and teachers in the school. Another question that we can take is, sir, can we refer mind, manasu, as a subconscious mind as we get endless thoughts which we were carrying from many past lives? Can we say the beginning of our existence is the same thoughts that were recorded and played again and again? Please clarify, sir. So that's the first question that's asked by Shruti Maitreya. So Let me answer the second question also. She has written. I will answer the second question after answering the first one. So, Manasu, mind. There are four things I will tell you. One is called Manas, second is called Chitta, third one is called Ahankara, the fourth one is called Buddhi. Or we can say Manasu, Chittamu, Buddhi, Ahankara. They're called as Antakaranas. Just like how we have Bahikaranas, five sensory organs, we perceive internal things using this mind and subconscious mind and Buddhi, higher intellect, and then our ego. And Manas here is called logical linear mind, is called Manas. Our Chitta, which is the storehouse of all the impressions which we carry from past lives, unknown past, all that, it's called subconscious mind. Chitta is called subconscious, means the big iceberg which is submerged inside. The third one is the Buddhi, higher intellect. Generally, our Buddhi is immature. Our higher intellect is not at open, it is like immature. And our ego is on more on the negative side, like we feel greater than others, superior than others, or inferior than others. So many these kind of complexions. This is called ego or hankara. So when you ask me this Manas, can we refer the mind as subconscious? Mind is logical mind. Okay, Manas is logical mind. Subconscious mind is the chitta. Chitta. That's why we say chitta vritti nirodha. Dhyanam is chitta vritti nirodha. When we seize all those incessant waves of thought forms, not only coming in the linear mind, the manas becomes the alochana rahitya state, and then gradually a subconscious mind also gets settled in meditation. Did you understand, Shruti, about this? So that's what is happening in meditation. So that's the subconscious mind. From where the thoughts are actually produced, who generate the thoughts? I have read in a book that thoughts are created in a factory. Yes, of course, the mind is the factory. Our mind is very, very, factory of thoughts. Not one single thought. It can go on thinking and thinking and thinking. It never non-stop. It's like a train. It never stops. So that's the that's where it is produced. But Jane Roberts, who channeled this oversoul called Seth, talks about creation of ideas. Ideas are created from the higher causal worlds. In our higher causal body, supracausal body, we create ideas. That idea which we receive, sometimes the one single idea will change our course of life. So that is the ideas which we get, inspirations, divine inspirations we get from the higher dimensions, higher spiritual bodies of us. So thank you for asking this question, Shruti Maitreya. And one more question that we can take. Or spending a lot of money and resources instead of instead what, why can't they meditate, do astral travel, know everything? My question is, will that shift happen? Shiva Kalyan Mudigonda is asking this question. Yes, this can happen. Right now we are spending a lot of time in researching and material, all that research, and it's fine to do that, because man is always curious. For example, we invented television, but we all have a big television here in the third eye. We've forgotten about this television third eye we have. And we also can communicate mind to mind. We have remote view, this telepathic communication, but we invented mobile phones. In the same way, we have an inner pharmacy inside a big pharmaceutical industry is there. Your body can synthesize everything, but we have to invent a big outside pharmacy, pharmaceutical, big $1 trillion business making pharmaceutical industry. We do that. Even many vaccines can be immunization process created by our body. Many of us, we carry the herd immunity. We have immunity inside us to combat any kind of virus. But what happens is we underestimate our own self. But in the future, definitely that's going to happen. So Shiva Kalyan Mudigonda Garu, your question is very interesting. Thank you. Scientists trying to explore the space, like how vast is the universe, like their life in other planets. If we know the astral travel, we can just without rockets and satellites, we can still go. But there's something beautiful that's happening right now on the planet Earth. Is spirits and science is coming together. Science and spirituality is coming together. This is like a sacred marriage that's happening. That's why we should not think the science is very immature. The science is giving its best. It's also important. The science is also rapidly evolving through scientific approach, through Western approach. Very logically, we are arriving at the same kind of conclusion. There's a beautiful balance that's happening right now. So, dear friends, it's really wonderful. One more question. Krishna Chaitanya Eraguttupalli. What is light body and how do we become a light body? So, light body is your subtle body. We have a Sthula Sharira and then we have Sukshma Sharira. We have much more deeper subtle bodies, much more higher vibratory subtle bodies. They're all those subtle bodies complex is called light body. So broadly classifying, we can say one is the sthula, means dense body. Another is called light body, sukshma. Light means which is very lighter, and also it has a kanti deha, means there is a lot of light emanates from it. So when we are meditating, we are disidentifying temporarily with our body. We are becoming a watcher of the body. Then we understand when we are watcher, we are not the body. We are much more than that. When we're watching this mind and the sankalpa vikalpa, the thought forms, we understand I'm not these thoughts in the mind. We disidentify with the routine thoughts and all that stories our mind tells, all the subconscious stories we carry from past lives, all that it is eliminated. Then we are entering into what is called the vibration of our subtle body. We are our subtle bodies, dear friends. Truly, we are that energy body. So, Krishna Chaitanya, that's how we can become light body. If you can disidentify with your more of outer nature, we are not this what is called as corpa, physical corpa or mind corpa. Corpa means corpus means a layer, outer layer. We are not these outer layers. We are the essence inside us. We are that light body. So when you can learn through the practice of meditation to disidentify with the gross and outside dense body through witnessing process, then you are becoming a light body. That's how we can become. So that's really wonderful, dear friends, to have this conversation. I'm checking if there are other questions. Let me check and let me enable all questions, then all destinations. Okay, then I'll get all the questions here. So let me see if there are any more questions. So it is, I think the questions are answered. One question that I can find is Mamta Harish Iyer. Sir, if you could please share what are 16 phases of mind, 36 levels of consciousness. Okay, this theoretical question, instead of that, you can practice Harish Ayarji, that 16 phases of mind, 36 levels of consciousness is mostly instead of theory, it's better to go into practice. Say that instead of 36 levels of consciousness, it's very scary to know that there are 36 levels of consciousness. So people get really scared about, oh, there's too much, and there are only 3 steps. Say 3 levels of consciousness is much easy. The soul is defined as Tripura. The soul is called Tripura Sundari, in simple words, because our spirituality must be very radically simple, ridiculously simple. We must not complicate, make it big. And so if you consider there is only 3 levels now, it's much easy to approach. This Tripura means one is the gross, the physical, and the second one is Sukshma, then Karana. So we are residing in 3 kinds of identities. One is called Karana Sharir, second is called Sukshma Sharir, first one is called Sthula Sharira. After that is, because you are a psychologist, I'm aware of the 3, but you can also investigate research more from the practical point of view, that levels of consciousness that we achieve in the supracausal state, Mahakarana Sharira. So anyway, I thank you for this question. You can approach it through your own sadhana and practice. And thanks. And one more question: any books, movies for reference on quantum leap? Okay, I can recommend Ramji Acharya. Okay, one book I recommend about the quantum physics is Fred Alan Wolf, about parallel universes, and Gary Jukow, another book, Gary Jukow, who is the pioneer, a quantum physicist, the Dancing Bewley Masters. Dancing Bewley Masters. So movie that I recommend is one is the movie The Secret movie, because many quantum scientists spoken about the quantum physics in that movie called The Secret. It's a documentary movie about how to co-create, manifesting new realities. And one more movie that I recommend is Down the Rabbit Hole. Down the Rabbit Hole. So these are the few things that I recommend. Ramji Acharya, thank you. And meditation taught me let go attitude. This meditation I started after watching your Gata Janma Rahasyalu for fun. This question still haunts me. Why did I start meditation? What do I want? Yes, every person has this quest, innate quest, without exception. Everyone who is born has this quest to know the unknown. So there will be some starting point. And when we read a specific book or watch a television show, then we have this kind of quest that is going to be ignited. The spark is going to be ignited. And mostly we also have the past life wisdom, many lifetimes of samskaras that we call will be there in us, which make us be totally be really aligned with that knowledge. And that's why people they plunge into that particular practice or sadhana, meditation. What do I want? Everyone wants one thing very clearly. That's called what is called joy. Joy, ananda. Everyone is seeking the joy. Buddha called it as dukkha rahitya state, Paramananda state. Dukkha rahitya means, in a positive way, if we tell, it is called Paramananda state. That Paramanandam comes through your own enlightenment, through your own self-realization, through your own self-awakening, knowing yourself fully who you are. So that's the very purpose of our existence, to be joyful, to create joy. But the joy is interrelated depends on our own evolution, on our own growth that happens in us. And thanks for that question. And sir, how past life karmas are can be undone? Okay, that's the question. Padmini Panda Garu is asking, sir, how past life karmas can be undone? Past life karmas cannot be undone, but what happens is when you learn your karmic lessons, because past cannot be erased, only thing is your understanding towards the past will change because you grow, you become wiser. Then, for example, in the childhood, can you change your childhood events that happened? For example, if I failed in mathematics or I hit someone in the classroom, now can I say that I did not hit that person? Can I change that past which I have done? No, we can't change, but I can change my understanding towards my past. That's what is this spiritual science is about. So Krishna talked about it, that when you acquire the soul's wisdom comes to you as a river, and it washes off all the karmas. Nana Agni Dagda Karmanam. With the fire of truth, all the karmic seeds are burnt. Apichedasi papebhya sarvebhya papakruttama. Nana plave vrujanam antarishasi. When the soul's wisdom comes and washes off all these past life karmas, it's gone because you are changing your viewpoint. You're changing your understanding. You are becoming wiser. That's why past is no more your reference point. Past is gone. That's why in Telugu language we say gatam gataha, gatam avagatam vigatam. In Sanskrit also these words are there, gatam avagatam vigatam. So while doing meditation, I get pain in the spine. Is this normal? It's normal while meditation. But don't open your eyes. What happens is the cosmic energy, the universal energy that's absorbed by you can release that block. There is a reason why people experience certain kinds of painful sensations in the body during meditation. It's a very, very normal. And without opening your eyes, when you give all your attention to it, when you continue your meditation, the energy flows there and it is doing nadi mandala shuddhi. It cleanses all these blocked nadis. Thank you for this question, SR Jaini ji. Thank you. So it's really wonderful, friends. I now want to just with meditation we can end this session. All of us, let's meditate for few minutes, all of us, and later on you can continue the meditation if you like. So it's so simple. We sit in a comfortable posture. We learned about quantum leap, so that with that theme we meditate now. So let's close our eyes, sit in a comfortable posture. Give all your attention to your in breath and out breath, inhalation and exhalation. There's no hurry, there's no need to worry, no need to think about the past, no need to worry about the future. Just give all your attention to your breath. Make the mind empty and silent. That beautiful state of inner stillness of the mind. You can reach to a deeper place within you where you can experience peace, joy, where you can experience this Satchidananda state. give all the attention to any unfolding experience, because when we are a witnessing what's happening inside us in this deep state of witness consciousness, we experience a quantum leap, a quantum leap that we experience. That's really good, friends. And with few more moments, let's all collectively do this, because not only quantum leap at a personal level, there's quantum leap that we all can achieve when we are meditating together across the globe. We have all come together in this time space. There's a virtual space we are all connected through. We're connected through our energies, through our consciousness. We are part of the same kind of unity consciousness. We are never separate. In this, we can all take a quantum leap. We can realize in deep meditation how magnificent we are, each one of us, all of us together. They're all magnificent beings. And dear friends, now, one more minute. Only we find ourselves in deep stillness. We can't find ourselves when we are with the distractions, when our thoughts are fluctuating. We can't experience really our deeper selves. 30 seconds more. Let's the breath that is entering into nostrils, in all our nostrils collectively across the globe now, is the same breath of life. It's the breath of the universe that's entering into us. It's uniting all of us right now. Just let us bring this unity consciousness. Let us completely be aligned to what we shared today, what we talked about. Another 15 seconds. 7-point formula that we learned: no fear, no judgment, no interference, no exclusions, no violence, no separation, no ignorance. If we reframe in a positive way these things: non-fear state, non-judgmental state, non-interference stage, inclusivity, non-violence, unity state, and enlightened state. And the 5 seconds. And each one of us, it's our birthright to experience quantum leap. Just like Ratnakara, who was a cruel and really harming many people in the ancient times. Ratnakara could become Valmiki Maharshi, who wrote Ramayana, who authored this great Ramayana. He took a quantum leap. Angulimala, when he met Buddha, he learned meditation. He experienced quantum leap in his consciousness. He experienced a quantum leap. We also can become a quantum beings taking a quantum leap. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, my dear friends, whenever you are ready, placing your hands on your eyes, and you can open your eyes. And thank you all, and for this beautiful Sajjana Sangacha. And we can meet again on another occasion on another platform. Every day we are having these live streaming classes. So we keep connecting, doing Sajjan Sangatya. I thank Maitreyas International for inviting me to share my views. Though we could not take all the questions, but I think we covered some of them. We keep interacting. We thank all of you friends for joining today's class. And I wish you great meditation, spiritual progress, and may our world experience this big shift, a quantum leap. सर्वे जना सुखिनो भवन्तु, सर्वलोका सुखिनो भवन्तु. Thank you, thank you, thank you.